Hey, if you're a speaker or author and you're struggling to turn your speaking into a real platform for steady income and bookings and gigs to share your message, this video is for you. Welcome. In this video, I'm going to give you just one idea that can completely change how you build your speaking and presentation business, along with a special free gift at the end. So here's the reality. After spending 17 years booking speakers for thousands of companies, Fortune 100, associations, conferences, literally thousands of speakers booked and talking to thousands of clients, I'm here to tell you a lot of gifted speakers and brilliant authors are broke. And it's not because they lack talent or passion. It's because they've never built a real business model around their voice. They've been sold the dream. What's the dream? Well, just write a book and the clients will come. That's lie number one. Get on bigger stages and the money will just follow. That's lie number two. And the lies go on and on. So what's the reality? The reality is that they're chasing gigs. They're hoping that the next speech leads to something, and they're basically stringing together month-by-month bookings trying to earn a living. I've heard from hundreds of speakers who've told me how exhausting it is. It's almost like a burnout, and why so many speakers don't earn a decent living. If you know a little bit about me, you know that at the Alexander Speakers Bureau, a company I started 17 years ago, we have a little more than 3,200 speakers on our roster. And, Microsoft has called us for speakers, and I'm proud of that, and other big companies. And I've literally talked with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of speakers. And so I've identified the best ones, the ones that are making 200 grand, 300 grand, 700 grand a year, working for dream clients, speaking all over the world with an abundance of speaking gigs, making the most money. And I'm here to tell you that they're doing something different. They're not doing what I just described, which I would probably say 9 out of 10 speakers or aspiring speakers are doing. They're doing something different. And I often mention that I help speakers because I've seen, as a professional presenter myself, as a trainer, I saw behind the curtain in the speaker world and see how so many speakers struggle. And so I stepped out and, after I think 5 or 6 years of running a bureau, I actually decided to create a separate coaching business for speakers because I couldn't help a lot of them. Their materials weren't right. There was so much they weren't doing right because, it's not exactly easy to get. I wanted to quickly let you know where this insight comes from. I didn't just make this up. You can't find this online. This is from years of experience. And again, this is one of the most valuable insights you can have. I'm about to introduce it to you, but I wanted you to know quickly where it came from. I have conversations with speakers on a weekly basis who are making $500,000 a year and living a dream life. And again, I want to repeat, they go about getting bookings, and what they do and their track or strategy is different from 9 out of 10 speakers. You're about to learn one of the most valuable things they do. Here's one of the most important things I wish every speaker knew. Your voice is powerful and your message matters. But if you don't have the marketing materials and the marketing savvy and the process for getting bookings and the business side of it, you will likely be frustrated in your speaking career. Here's what speakers and authors who actually earn a living by making presentations and are making a real difference are doing differently. They stop chasing platforms and they start positioning themselves as real experts with solutions. They build first, a clear signature offer. Secondly, they have a system that gets leads and clients. And I want to emphasize system. And they also have a real business behind the book or the speech. And this is one of the real important keys. And it's like night and day. If we lined up 100 speakers and, only 2 or 3 of them were making all the money, you would see it so clearly. Every one of those 3 would have a clear signature offer. Every one of them have a system for getting leads and clients and closing bookings. And every one of them has a more robust business model behind everything else. And all the other speakers lined up are kind of in a wishy-washy place and don't have these things. Let me give you a quick example, and then I'm going to explain how to do this and kind of dig in a little bit so you have some real tangible things. Plus, remember, I have a free gift for you at the end here. But first, I worked with a speaker who had never spoken for money before. He was a decent presenter, but never earned a single dollar. Never had published a book. Wasn't doing bookings at all. But he had given some free presentations and got a good response. He had no media coverage, nothing. But he wanted to get paid to speak. So he signed up for a coaching program. He booked a $5,000 and then a $7,500 speech in the first few sessions. And then he came back 2 more times and we just raised the level of the coaching to the point where on the third one, it was mostly about how to outsource all the booking process that I had taught him. His name is Steve Sachs. He now, I think, currently charges around 20 grand for a keynote, and he emails me from time to time saying, hey, I got another standing ovation at such and such a conference because I have a standing ovation module, which I modeled from my top speakers. Steve is just one example I wanted to show you. The guy's got it going. He's got a business. And this is what happens when you make the shift I'm about to lay out. So remember, it's a clear signature offer. It's a signature speech or offer. It's a system that gets leads and clients, and it's a real business behind the book or the speech or the training. Here are some of the most powerful action steps you can take to jumpstart your speaking career, whether you're just starting out or have been a professional speaker for years and years. Check this out. Here are the top handful of things to do. Action step number 1 is develop one signature keynote speech that is a knock it out of the park presentation, a reputation maker, and over rehearse it to the point where you know it up, down, sideways. Go out and present it locally, present it everywhere you can, just to hone it and hone it and hone it until when people watch it, they just go, wow. It's your standing O. This is what will build a reputation, and you just need one to start with. I always recommend 3 different topics to speakers. In other words, always have 3 topics that you present on. But you just need one signature keynote speech that you can change a little bit, but it's basically the same. It's got stories. It's got a great opening. You need to learn how to build this speech and then rehearse it until it's just natural. Make sure it's fun to deliver, and this can make your career. So this is number 1. Please write down what you need to do to build a reputation maker. Hands down, when somebody hears you or sees you give this speech, I've seen thousands of them. You just go, wow. This is different than giving a speech. This is giving a knock it out of the park speech. Key action step number 2 I want to give you is one of the most important things I promise you will ever learn about the speaking business. My 17 years, I know I say it a few times, but listen, this is it. Look at all your speaker materials and upgrade them. This is a high gloss business. In other words, you're coming in as the authority, and you've got to know that it's your packaging, your promo and everything, and your demo video, your one sheet, your topic descriptions, even your photo, your web page. All of it. This is what you're being assessed on. It's not fair, but it's the reality of marketing. I can't tell you how many speakers we cannot book. It is about 7 out of 10 of the speakers in the NSA, National Speakers Association, who are supposed to be professionals, but we can't use them. And I've told my full-time booking coordinators, don't look in the NSA for speakers when we look outside our roster. Go online, because so many of them don't have the right video, the right one sheet, we know the client will go, well, who else have you got? And we've literally heard that. I had 2 full-time booking coordinators for years in our Wheat Ridge office. They would come in on a weekly basis with a long face and say, well, I want to submit this speaker, but she or he doesn't have, the one sheet isn't really right, the demo video, or they don't have a video. And I'd say, nope, you can't submit them because the client will say no. Here's the huge insight. You've got to make awesome materials. It has nothing to do with your speech. It's marketing. So action step 2 is to take out your one sheet, your video, your demo video, all of your marketing materials, and up level them 5 times, 5x at a minimum, and 10x is better. Look at the top ones being used out there. You've got to understand that this is the essence of being booked. This is marketing and packaging. This is a high gloss business. 9 out of 10 of the people who book you won't have heard you speak. They're going to be looking at your website, your video, your materials, and talking to a reference perhaps. Or a guy like me, a bureau, who's saying, oh yeah, book him, book her, she's great. Well, we're looking at your materials, and we just represent hundreds of companies or thousands. So this is almost more important than having a terrific keynote, even though I put that one first. I'm giving you one of the greatest secrets. I know there's a lot here, but action step 2 is take out your materials and determine to upgrade them. You should have a few $100s to have your one sheet and your stationery done over by a graphic designer so it looks pristine. You've got to look glossy. Your one sheet should just be awesome. You're going to go in and a CEO or top manager is going to be in the room, and you don't have a few $100s, going to pay you thousands, you're the authority, and you don't have a few $100s to have a graphic designer make you look good. You see what I'm saying? It's astonishing how many people in the speaker world kind of show up like ridiculous amateurs. We can't even book them if we wanted to. Do you know that, and I say this a lot, we have clients that we'll submit 3 speakers through our speakers bureau. You know, they show up, hey, we have $10,000 for a speaker on this. We submit 3 speakers. They choose the worst of the 3. We always ask, why did you pick this speaker? And they tell us, and we know that they didn't get the best speaker because the speaker they chose had better marketing materials. I don't know how to make this clearer than this. And this is why this is such a great secret. So now you know it, 5x, 10x your marketing materials. It'll be one of the greatest things you do for your speaking career. Here's the free gift that I promised. Would you like to look behind the curtain and really know the key things that you need to do, not only to get standing ovations and phenomenal reactions, but to create a booking system, to know how to close more bookings, know what to say, to be able to eventually even outsource the booking process and be able to delegate it, to be able to build a phenomenal speaking career by using the insights that the best people are using? Well, I want to offer you a free, in a sense, an audit or overview of any materials you want us to look at. Your one sheet, your video, your website, your topic descriptions, your topics. And it's absolutely free. It's about 30 minutes long. It'll be with me personally, because I love to talk to speakers, or one of my handpicked staff who's really good at this. And it's absolutely free, no cost, no obligation. We will give you tips, and it's just a complimentary thing I love to do for speakers. If you're interested in this, please go to becomeaspeaker.net, and there's a link on that webpage, and you just book a free call with us, and you'll be good to go.